Welcome to Geopolitical Horizon. Today let's look at the increased oil price. So right now Brent crude is pushing beyond $75 per barrel, and we're probably just going to see the oil price increase in the coming months and into next year. So the lower investments in oil and gas because of the energy transition, that's just driving the oil price up. That combined with carbon management programs, higher taxes in a range of countries, that's also going to drive gas prices up, and this is going to hit people's pockets. Therefore, it's also potentially going to impact political risk on the ground in various countries, so be aware of that going forward. Of course, in addition, potential geopolitical shocks of magnitude are always going to impact oil prices. Therefore, be looking at Iran, Saudi Arabia, potentially Libya, where there is a UN-hosted conference in Berlin today on Libya, because of the upcoming election on December 24th in Libya, which is going to be very important. In addition, we saw the recent cyber attack on the Colonial Pipeline in the US impacting oil prices. On the East Coast in the US, there is fairly limited pipeline infrastructure options. You have the Plantation Pipeline, you have waterborne barges, but in addition to that, there aren't many more options. However, on the West Coast in the US, there are many more pipeline infrastructure options. Therefore, on the East Coast in the US, there are vulnerabilities, which also was kind of reflected when President Biden presented a list of 16 critical infrastructure areas in the US, which he gave to President Putin at their recent summit in Geneva last week. So looking at potential cyber attacks combined with geopolitical shocks around the world, these are factors that could, of course, impact oil prices going forward, which then could, kind of jump up. In addition, we also need to look at potentially North Korea. There are also going to be the black swan moments around the world, the unprecedented, situations that really haven't happened. Got to be very careful monitoring. Think about how you can really monitor developments and be very dynamic in looking at potential factors that could drive the risks up. But I think we're going to see the oil price continuing towards $100, could even happen within this year or maybe next year. But in addition, there are going to be, lower prices as well. So we're going to see volatility in the oil and energy markets going forward. But, there are also certain oil plays right now and on gas plays. We're seeing Uganda and Tanzania, particularly in East Africa, important investments going to be happening there going forward. And therefore, there are also going to be some investments in certain areas, but in other areas, we're going to see lower investments, which is going to then drive the oil price forward. Well, thank you so much for joining, and please remember to subscribe to Geopolitical Horizon, and I look forward to see you again.